The San Antonio Spurs Minnesota Timberwolves series might be the most interesting one in this round of the playoffs. These are two of the three, together with the Oklahoma City Thunder, teams that will realistically contend for the Western Conference title in the next years. So let's analyze how this series might look like, since we might get a lot of this in the near future. But before that, just a quick reminder to check the description out for some extra basketball content in the useful links category. Then you can become a premium member of this channel to unlock the full podcast episodes, and you can also interact with this video to push the algorithm, and that would be truly appreciated. But now let's begin with the series analysis. As the Knicks 76ers video preview, which is my second to last in my channel, so you can find it there, or I'll leave it in the info cards up here. I'll try to be as concise and as precise as I can, but this time I'll start with my prediction, which is 4-1 for the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are a completely different team from Denver, and that could cause some problems for the Minnesota Timberwolves, since in the first round their main weapon was to attack the paint, due to the fact that Denver lacked a true rim protector, since Nikola Jokic is certainly not a paint defender, and both Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson missed a lot of games. When now they will face Victor Wembanyama, already one of the best rim protectors in the history of the NBA. But it's a different series not only for that, but also because Denver's rotations were short, and the offensive production relied mostly on one or two players like Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, while Mitch Johnson utilized a deep rotation full of reliable players, and the main threat in San Antonio's offense usually depends on each game each player is having. So one game, the first option on offense could be Wemby, while another game could be Fox, but it might also be Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell. Even Julian Champagnie and Keldon Johnson might get hot and turn some entire games around on some occasions. But getting into the tactical part of the game and the series, I'm curious to see how Rudy Gobert will be utilized on defense by Coach Finch. He might leave him one-on-one against Wemby, hoping that he'll be as effective as he was in the series against the Denver Nuggets and the former MVP Nikola Jokic. Or he might be assigned to Stephon Castle to leave the Spurs guard open from three and let the French big man protect the paint. I would personally do the latter, knowing that both Randall and Naz Reid could play at the 4 spot and play some competent defense, at least physically, against Wembanyama. But in this scenario, the Spurs might do what they did against the Portland Trail Blazers, so utilize Stephon Castle as a screener for the Spurs shooter, and this way Rudy Gobert would be forced to get out of the paint and help on the shooters like Julian Champagnie, like Devin Vassell, but also Victor Wembanyama. So making him step out of the paint and his comfort zone might be one of the keys for the Spurs offense in this case. But if my analysis is correct, there will be no defensive assignment for Mike Conley without conceding a clear mismatch, and that's why I think that we'll see in this series more of Shannon Jr. and Jalen Clark than him, also considering the expected level of physicality and pace of this series. And the same can be applied for Bones Hyland, and even Kyle Anderson might not be a great fit for the type of basketball that we will see in this series. So Minnesota's rotation might be cut short in this series, also because of all the injuries that they had. Dante DiVincenzo had an Achilles injury in the series against the Denver Nuggets, but also Anthony Edwards will be out for at least the first games of the series. But on the other side, the biggest question mark is who will guard Julius Randle. There are two possible solutions for that. The first, and the least probable in my opinion, is having Vassell coming off the bench, while either Harrison Barnes or Keldon Johnson would start at the 4 spot, trying to absorb the context against the power forward as much as they can while waiting for the double team to come. And the second option is pairing Randall with Stephon Castle, and in this case I expect the Spurs defense to double team too, so a lot of the Wolves offensive production will probably rely on Julius Randle's ability to exploit the mismatches, find the open man, and generally do make the right play while facing defensive pressure. The only matchup I'm pretty sure about is Jaden McDaniels against De'Aaron Fox, since he did an amazing job on Jamal Murray in the first round, and he will probably keep the same energy against the Spurs point guard. But overall, I don't think that the San Antonio Spurs will need much more than what they did in the series against the Portland Trail Blazers and in the regular season in general. Their system is strong enough and fits well enough to get the things done against the Minnesota Timberwolves without Mitch Johnson having to do incredible stuff. So the only thing that could potentially change a lot in the series is how and if Anthony Edwards could be back at some point of the series. This would change a lot, particularly on the psychological side for the T-Wolves, but I still think that either ways the San Antonio Spurs will win this series. Maybe it won't be a 4-1, but it will be a 4-2 or even 4-3. But I still think that San Antonio will go to the conference finals. And that was all for today. Thank you for watching. A lot more videos are about to be published in the next days, so stay tuned and see you in the next one.